Hello, welcome to the Capital Area School Development Association Virtual College Fair. Thank you for joining us today. Just a few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. Your cameras and microphones are off, so the panelists can't see or hear you. There are other sessions coming up next hour, so be sure to sign up for additional ones if you haven't done so already. And this presentation is being recorded. It'll be available within about a week at strivescan.com/CASDANY, which you can see on the screen there. I've gotten the housekeeping stuff out of the way, so I will step out of the way and turn it over to our first school. We have a lot of schools from the State University of New York, and the first one will be SUNY Schenectady.
Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. My name is Casey Peterson. I'm an admissions advisor with SUNY Schenectady. Usually I would have a slideshow to share with you guys, but I am having some technical difficulties, so I'm just gonna talk to you through it, all right? So like I said, I'm with SUNY Schenectady. We are a 2-year community college located in Schenectady, New York, which is about 30 minutes outside of Albany, New York. So we are a small non-residential school. We have about 5,000 students at any given time. We offer 3 different types of degree programs: transfer programs, which are an associate's in science or an associate's in arts, which are designed to act as the first 2 years of a 4-year degree. So what would happen is you would enroll with us as a first-year student, complete all of your SUNY general education requirements, as well as getting that strong foundation within your core area of study, so that you can then transfer on to your 4-year school as a junior, ready to jump on into that more advanced coursework. We also offer a number of career degree programs, which are designed to prepare you for an entry-level position within your chosen career. We also have some 1-year certificate programs, which can act as added credentials, or also can be paired with some career degree programs, or just used to jump on into a career. So some examples of the transfer degree programs that we offer an aviation science program with both pilot and non-pilot options, biotechnology, business administration, criminal justice, liberal arts. Within our School of Music, we also have a performing arts program that does require an additional audition requirement in addition to the regular admissions process. So career programs that we offer, it's also a very eclectic mix. Like our transfer programs, we have everything from air traffic control to accounting to craft beer brewing and culinary arts to music audio technology, which, like our performing arts program, also does require an audition. So some certificate programs that we offer, for example, would be our mobile food service certificate, which students within our culinary arts program often take in addition to culinary arts, or our health studies certificate, which is great for students who intend to go on to a nursing program so that they can knock out all of those nursing prereqs prior to transferring into those programs. Another example of certificate programs that we also offer are our music and digital music and beats production certificate. So those are some really great programs because they can act as the first year of their corresponding associates programs within our School of Music for students who may not be ready to audition. So something really great about SUNY Schenectady is we have a lot of really great academic support services, such as tutoring services, EOP, TRIO, that are available to all of our students. We also offer the lowest cost per credit as well as tuition per semester within the Capital District. So that's really just showing you that you can get a lot of a really quality education for the best possible price. So to enroll with SUNY Schenectady, all we require is a completed application as well as a copy of your high school transcript, and then we would be able to process your acceptance. So if you have any questions, please feel free to submit them in the chat, and I will be happy to answer them for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, and I will reiterate about submitting questions. Use the Q&A button to do that at any time. If your question is for a specific institution, just make sure to name the school in your question so they know it is for them. And look out for the chat, is that the representatives might be sending you information through the chat, like links or contact information that you can use. Up next, we'll hear from the representative from Bryant and Stratton College.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon. I'm going to share my screen. So as I do that, I'm going to just introduce myself. My name is Jordan. I work at Bryant and Stratton College, and I work with high schoolers like yourself who are transitioning from high school to a college environment. So something interesting about Bryant and Stratton, and just so you know who we are, I am the representative for Albany and Saratoga, but we actually have 19 locations. So we have locations right here in the capital region, but then we also have some in Western New York, Ohio, Virginia, Wisconsin, as well as an online division. We've been around for over 160 years. So our first campus was started in Buffalo in 1854, and we help students with career-related goals after graduation. We are what's called regionally accredited. Make sure wherever you're going, you ask about their accreditation. It assures that you're not only getting a quality education, but that your credits are transferable and recognized. We have career-related programs. What that means is a lot of your non-major related classes are actually eliminated for the curriculum. So that kind of means if you're a medical student and you're in a writing class, you won't be just writing random papers. We'll always try and relate it back to your degree. These are some of the degrees we have at Bryant and Stratton College. We have diplomas, associate degrees, and bachelors. Our associate and bachelors are the most popular, and we have some in a couple different areas. So within business, healthcare, human and legal services, as well as technology. If you do have a degree that you're not seeing on the screen, but you might want more information, at some of our other locations, we have other ones as well. We have small classes here at Bryant and Stratton College, so if having a small environment to learn is what you do best in, we can definitely provide that. Our average class size is about 10 to 15 students in your major related classes. And so in classes that are more general, that every student has to take, it's about 20 to 25. And that allows for a very hands-on experience. So you not only get hands-on experience in the classroom, but also in internships. All of our students, no matter what degree you take, you have a mandatory internship, and that gives you the ability to get hands-on experience in the field before you even graduate. At Bryant and Stratton College, you have the ability to earn your associate's degree in less than 16 months. If that's something that sounds appealing to you, definitely throw some questions in the chat, and that way you'd be able to start working sooner rather than later. Career Life Prep is our mission here at Bryant and Stratton College. We help students in a very personalized way. So we want to help you figure out your goals and make sure we can help you achieve them. That starts with creating your path here while you're at Bryant and Stratton and even beyond that past graduation. We have affordable class sizes. So if you are a senior and you haven't done your FAFSA yet, we actually do offer FAFSA nights, and that's something that you'll need no matter what school you go to. We offer federal grants and loans, that's again through the FAFSA, state grants, and then scholarship opportunities. So if you do have more questions about the scholarships we offer, definitely throw that in the chat. We are military friendly, so if you yourself are in the military, we do accept those benefits, or if you have a family member who can pass them along, we can look at that as well. We have athletics here on campus. So in the Albany location, we have men's and women's basketball, men's and women's soccer, baseball, and esports. Esports is competitive video gaming. And then we also offer a free college course to seniors. So if you are a senior right now, our class starts May 5th. And if you'd like to take a class, we have some available in business, criminal justice, medical assisting, and psychology. Again, it's completely free. If you're a junior, those will start again during your senior year in September. This is how you can request more information. I'll throw this in the chat after, but our application is free. If you want more information, you can do that. You can apply to the school, or you can apply for that free college class I was telling you about. Right now at Bryan and Stratton, we are doing both virtual and on-campus tours. I know with everything going on, it's been a little bit difficult to be able to see the schools. So we are having still on-campus tours. We think it's very important that students can actually feel and see the environment that they will be attending. And then this is my contact information. I left my phone number as well as my cell. So if you do feel more comfortable texting me, go ahead and do that. Just let me know where you did meet me. And I also included my email. Again, if you want more information, I'm going to put those links in the chat, as well as information on how to apply and how to take that free college class. And we always encourage students, definitely look everywhere that you can. And if you need anything, go ahead and ask.
Thank you very much. And I will reiterate, the Q&A is a place to ask questions of any of our presenters. And again, the chat is where they might be sending you links and contact info and fun stuff like that. Up next, we will hear from our representative from SUNY Potsdam.
Hi, everyone. My name is Liz Hunt. I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. Great. So this is Saturday Hall here at SUNY Potsdam. I like to just kind of give you guys a general idea, just to get an idea of our location here at Potsdam. I am an admissions counselor at SUNY Potsdam. I also attended SUNY Potsdam as a student and graduated, so I definitely know where you guys are in the process, and can certainly kind of help you out and answer questions from all different angles. So to start with, I'd like just to go over some of the general information. SUNY Potsdam, as you can see, is located about 20 miles south of the Canadian border and about 200 miles from the Albany Capital District area. So while we're pretty north, very rural, we have a lot of opportunities within the area. So SUNY Potsdam is surrounded by 3 other colleges: SUNY Canton, Clarkson University, and St. Lawrence University. You get a lot of great opportunities with this, not only academically, but socially. Academically, you are able to do cross-registration at the other colleges. We do have 3+ programs with Clarkson, so it's a great way to get a foot in the door, or maybe if you want to go to the other schools for another program, it's a great opportunity as well. SUNY Potsdam, we hold about 3,400 students, but with that being said, there's about 13,000 students with the 4 colleges that come to that area every year. So while we're small, the area is certainly very large. We do have a small graduate program, about 280 students. A big one of our graduate programs that undergraduates are usually interested in would be our education. As you can see, education for music, our Crane School of Music is one of our main kind of draw factors of Potsdam. So our Crane School of Music and education, as well as our STEM fields, are very strong here at SUNY Potsdam. We do have 11-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and our average class size is about 35 students. Really what this should just mean to you is that you're going to get a lot of individual attention. So your professors are going to get to know you, you're going to get to know the people around you, and that's just going to benefit you later on when looking for jobs, looking for internships. Just having that connection is going to be really great with your professors. We do a lot involving applied learning here at SUNY Potsdam. We have a facility inside our library in which you would go there for help with internship finding, career services, volunteer work, studying abroad, anything like that to kind of expand your knowledge outside of the classroom. For admissions, we do require that you fill out the Common App or the SUNY application. We need 1 letter of recommendation, typically from an academic teacher or your school counselor. We then need your high school transcript and, of course, a college essay. College essay, one of the biggest things I would note is that you definitely want to make sure you're showing us your writing skills. So, no text language, definitely making sure you're having like an English teacher look over it is always really great. Our average incoming freshman has right around an 88 GPA, but we do work with students who fall above and below that. We have special programs such as the EOP that we work with, as well as our Bridges program for students who do fall slightly below that incoming average. So this would be for students usually like the lower 80s. It's just an academic program to help you bridge that gap and get you on the right track when you come here to SUNY Potsdam. On this page, you can see that overall we are right around $22,000 for in-state costs. Tuition actually did just go up from this number. I think it's $7,070. But the total cost basically includes your meal plan, your housing, tuition, and any additional fees that are kind of accumulated through the whole college process. You're definitely gonna wanna make sure that you do fill out the FAFSA and make sure SUNY Potsdam is listed. You won't receive a financial aid award letter from us unless you do get us that information. We also have TAP, so that's a New York State Tuition Assistant Program. And then lastly, we do have our scholarship. Scholarship starts for students who have an 86 GPA and above. And this scholarship is applied for housing and your meal plan, basically. So the Excelsior works really nicely with it. We don't automatically grant it, so it is something that you will want to make sure that you fill out the application for. Lastly, I will put my contact information into the chat. I am the counselor for your guys' area. So any questions that you guys have, right now we are doing virtual and in-person visits. So you can come on tour, get a tour of campus, check out a dorm room, look at the eateries on campus. And then we do have virtual visits with us, staff, as well as some of our current students if you're interested in getting a different perspective as far as that goes. And that can all be found on our potsdam.edu/visit page. And I'll also make sure to put that into the chat when I'm done here as well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And questions asked during the using the Q&A rather. And if it's for a specific school, just name the school in your question. Up next, we will hear from the representative from SUNY Polytechnic Institute.
Great. Welcome everyone this afternoon to our information session. My name is Lance Frazier and I'm an admissions advisor at SUNY Poly. And I'm the admissions advisor that represents SUNY Poly in the Capital District. So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions, and my coworker Jeffrey is in the chat as well if you have questions throughout the presentation. So a little bit about SUNY Poly. So we are one university with two campuses. We have a campus in Utica and a campus in Albany. Our Utica campus is our main campus that hosts 24 out of 26 academic programs that we offer at the undergraduate level. We also have a campus in Albany that's our College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering that hosts our BS degrees in nanoscale science and nanoscale engineering, which is basically material science or materials engineering. Some campus facts about SUNY Poly. So we are ranked in the Regional Universities North category every year by the U.S. News and World Report with about 170, I believe, 9 other institutions. So out of those, these are our rankings. They rank the institutions in different categories. So we're ranked number 2 for top public schools, number 5 for best value. That's out of public and private institutions. Number 5 for best colleges for veterans, number 12 for best regional universities north out of public and private institutions in our region. And we're ranked number 10 for top performers in social mobility. And those are our 2021 rankings. SUNY Poly is a smaller institution. Our total population is about 3,000 students with about 800 graduate students and 2,200 undergraduate students. We have about 2,100 of those undergraduate students at our Utica campus, and then we have about 100 students at our Albany campus. Our average class size is 18 students, so you don't have the lecture halls of 80 to 100 people. It's a lot more intimate academically. We only have one lecture hall on campus for class sizes that are for some reason more than 40. So 5% of our classes do have more than 40 students in them, which are typically your gen ed courses. So your American history, your psychology, those types of intro-level courses required by SUNY to get your bachelor's degree. And then those core courses, depending on if you're engineering or in a different concentration is where that 18 comes in. So you really get to know your faculty, they get to know you, you get to know them on a personal level. Our student to faculty ratio is 13:1. Again, to show you that small intimate academic setting at SUNY Poly. And then we do have over 900 residential students on our Utica campus. And about half of our population lives on campus at Albany as well. And we do have 4 residence halls, and we just opened a new residence hall this August 2020. So we're excited to have that new addition to our campus. Our undergraduate degree programs. So these are all the programs that we offer. So we have 5 academic colleges: the College of Arts and Sciences, College of Business Management, College of Health Sciences, College of Engineering are all at our Utica campus. And then at the bottom of your screen, the College of Nanoscale Science and Engineering, that's at our Albany campus. All of our engineering programs are ABET accredited, and our entire College of Business Management is AACSB accredited. All of our programs have applied learning, so no matter what program you come in as, you will be doing projects either by yourself or in a group to really take that theory and apply it. So you will be doing a lot of that in your core courses as well. We do not have co-ops in our programs, but definitely there's opportunity for internships throughout your time at SUNY Poly. We definitely have some relationships with companies in the Albany and Central New York area. So our career services office handles a lot of that. So feel free, if you're interested, to reach out about internships. We'd be happy to talk to you about those opportunities. And then clubs and organizations. So we have 40+ clubs on campus. We do have an esports team as well. So our students compete in the ECAC conference. We have 7 collegiate teams that play at the collegiate level. We have a wide variety of things that happen on campus. We've had Uncle Joey from Full House come to campus, BB Rexa, Bryson Tiller, comedians, hypnotists, escape the room, laser tag, wide variety of things for our students. We do have Division III athletics. We do have men's and women's basketball, cross country, lacrosse, soccer, volleyball. We have men's baseball, women's softball, with a wide variety of intramural sports that rotate throughout our field house throughout the semester, from pickleball to badminton, ultimate frisbee, pug soccer, basketball, and a wide variety of other things. This is where our middle 50% of applicants fall every year. So students fall either 25% below and above these ranges. So, you don't have to be in these specific ranges listed on your screen. This is just to give you the average of where applicants fall every year. So we accept students 25% below and above those ranges. We also take the super score for your SAT. And you can take either the SAT or the ACT. So our tuition rates for 2020-2021, we are SUNY institutions. We have SUNY tuition. So we are, for the year, it's $7,070. Divide that by 2 is per semester. Our average room and board is just shy of $13,000. That ranges depending on what room you have and also what meal plan you choose. Typically, students spend about $23,000, $24,000 a year at SUNY Poly before financial aid. And if you have any questions, please feel free to use the chat feature.
Thank you very much. And I will repeat what Lance just said. Use the Q&A to ask questions at any time. And if it's for a specific school, name the school in your question. Up next, we will hear from the representative from SUNY Oswego.
All right, welcome everybody. My name is Catherine and I am an admissions counselor here at SUNY Oswego. I'm also a graduate of SUNY Oswego, so I graduated just a couple of years ago, so I know what it's like to be in your shoes, looking at colleges and wondering where you want to call home. This slide here is just going to be a video, so it's kind of some drone footage of campus to kind of set the scene, to get you feel like you're there. I'll tell you a little bit about SUNY Oswego. So we were actually founded in 1861 as a teaching college. We have since grown to a number of different academic programs. We are located right in Oswego, New York, which is about 45 minutes north of Syracuse and about 5 hours northwest of New York City, and probably about 3 hours from the capital area. We are located directly on Lake Ontario, so that blue body of water that you're seeing, we have a mile of lakefront property and about 700 acres of land total. 4 of our residence halls reside directly on the lakeside with some beautiful views of the lake. We are a four-year SUNY school, so we offer bachelor's programs as well as some master's level. We are a mid-sized SUNY school, so we have around 7,100 undergraduate students and then about 1,000 more graduate level students. With that being said, our average class size is 24 and our student to faculty ratio 17:1. So you're still going to have that individualized student experience in the classroom, but yet a large enough population on campus where you're going to see diversity amongst our students with their backgrounds and ideas and perspectives and things like that. We're an extremely residential campus, so over 4,400 students live on campus, so just about 2/3 of our students live on campus. So it definitely has that residential feel with a variety of different residence halls to choose from and our townhouses, which you're seeing now. So you have about 13 different residence hall communities and first year students can choose between 9 of them. So you have a lot of options. All 4 on the lake are open to first year students as well, which is pretty neat. So yeah, this is just kind of wrapping up and again, just showing you, some of our spaces. It's, get a little bit more dynamic than just looking at some pictures to see that. So we will jump ahead and talk a little bit about some academic programs. So we, as I said, were founded originally as a teaching college, but have since grown to have a variety of different academic programs. So we've actually broken our school down into 4 separate schools. So we have our College of the Liberal Arts and Sciences, which is the largest. So you're going to find majors from biology, biochemistry, zoology, electrical and computer engineering, information science, mathematics, to philosophy and psychology, criminal justice, and many more in the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. If you are unsure what you're studying, that is quite all right. 15% of our incoming first year students are undeclared, and you actually would fall right in that College of Liberal Arts and Sciences. We also have our School of Communication, Media, and the Arts. So I'm not sure if anybody watches the Today Show and knows Al Roker or ESPN. We have Steve Levy and Linda Cohn. Those are some of our more notable alums from our Communication, Media, and the Arts program. So we have a really great broadcasting and communications program, as well as some clubs and organizations on campus for students to be a part of, like our TV studio, our radio station where students record podcasts, as well as our on-campus newspaper. We have our School of Business, which is accredited, so it's AACSB accredited. Less than 5% of business schools globally have this accreditation, and in this we have a 5-year master's program where sometimes students will complete their bachelor's and then their master's in those 5 years. Majors offered in the School of Business are business administration, accounting, marketing, human resource management, and finance, operations management, and marketing. We also, like I said, originally founded as a school of education, so we still have our roots very deep in the School of Education, offering childhood and adolescence education, as well as some master's programs to, again, get that 4+1, and you can get your initial certification to teach your master's, as well as a master's in special education and technology education. Pretty important as far as what you're doing, not only inside the classroom, but also outside the classroom. So you have lots of opportunities to do research with our faculty members, whether you're going abroad or using our biological field station just a mile or so off of campus. A great area to kind of explore things and get to know your faculty members at that level. We also offer study abroad programs. So we have about 80 different programs and about 20% of our students study abroad annually. And we offer not just that typical, semester-long program, but also some programs where you may travel for a week to 2 weeks, which is pretty great. So you can do a couple of those, or if you're not really looking to commit to that full semester or year abroad, you can just go for a week to 2 weeks at a time. We offer internships that you can do for credit, as well as some co-ops, which are a little bit different. So these are more of that full-time experience in an organization. You're actually not taking classes during the time that you're in a co-op, usually paid pretty well, and you really use that as a stepping stone. So our students have done internships and co-ops at Enterprise and Wegmans, which is a well-known grocery store in central New York as well. And then for service learning, we have a variety of different, volunteer hours. Our students log over 44,000 hours annually. We do some alternative breaks where you can travel with Habitat for Humanity or do some service learning on campus, like some lake cleanup or in the community surrounding campus. And then I think I'm getting cut off. So here's just our last, value slide page with some costs. You're going to see that tuition price pretty much the same with all of these SUNY schools. And I will put my contact information in the chat so that you can feel free to reach out to me. Again, these are some sticker prices. So prior to any need-based or scholarship aid, which 90% of our students do receive.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And again, check out the chat for contact information, links, that sort of thing from each of our representatives. And if you have questions, use the Q&A button. Up next, we will hear from the representative from SUNY Oneonta.
Hi there, my name is Jim Lethbridge. I'm an admissions advisor here in SUNY Oneonta. I'm going to share my screen so you can see my little presentation here. Okay, so what you're looking at here is the main staircase of our institution, and up in the upper left-hand corner is the Welcome Center where my office is. So some fast facts about SUNY Oneonta. We are a mid-sized school. We have 6,733, so 6,733 students currently in 15 residence halls, 57 academic majors. Our student to faculty ratio is 17:1, and the average class size is 21. And so what this means is, like others have said, you get a very intimate educational experience. You get to really know your professors as advisors, as mentors, as teachers. You get to talk to them in office hours, etc. So you really get to know your teachers, and you also get to know your classmates very well. So there's a very close-knit group of kind of academically minded students in each class that can help you be academically successful and just kind of get you into that kind of the full college life experience. We're located in central New York, and we're kind of in, I guess you would call it central New York. So we are roughly 1.5 hours from Albany, 4 hours from Boston, 4 hours from Philadelphia, and 3 hours from New York City. So it's very easy to get around if, traveling is your thing. And, if you want to just visit friends, etc. Our first year class for 2020 was 1,482 students. Of those, roughly 40% were first generation students, so students who are the first in their families to be attending college, and roughly 27% of the incoming class is a multicultural population, or students coming from various ethnic backgrounds. So here is a list of the degrees that we have. I'm not going to read through all that because it'll take all my time, and no one likes to hear the presenter just read what's on the slide. I will just point out, though, our professional advisement track that you see there on the right-hand side. In these kinds of programs, what you do is you take classes here at Oneonta, but at the same time, you're working with a specialist advisor in order to take classes that are going to best prepare you for graduate work in a particular discipline. So for instance, law. You might be taking a political science degree or something like that, but you'll also be working with a law advisor who's going to try and structure your courses to make you most academically competitive for your applications to law school. We also have competitive programs with various colleges in the area. So the engineering degree, for instance, is a 5-year total program in which you graduate with a BS in a particular liberal arts concentration from Oneonta, but then also graduate after 5 years with a Bachelor of Science in Engineering from a local engineering school. So these cooperative programs allow you to kind of expand beyond just the degrees offered here at Oneonta. Some of our most popular degrees are psychology, business economics, biology, early childhood education, criminal justice, communication studies, adolescent education, music industry, fashion and textiles. These are just our most kind of populous ones. Our education program in particular is incredibly important, both from a institutional and a student standpoint. We were founded in 1889 as a teaching college, and our commitment to training excellent teachers has been at the core of a lot of what we do for a long time. And so we're very, very proud of our commitment to excellence. Those programs always involve hands-on teaching, course development, classroom experience, etc. Especially with local schools. You also learn in a pod, what we call a pod program. So you'll have a cohort that you enter the program with, and you all will take your classes together and get to know each other. And you know, there's just a lot of help and friendship and camaraderie in that. So our students at Oneonta have completed over 50,000 hours of community service. So we are very kind of community and volunteer oriented. So we do a lot of things in the local community. We have a very good relationship with the city of Oneonta. We have 21 Greek organizations, as well as over 150 clubs and organizations. Some of the clubs are kind of standard, you know, history club, philosophy club. We also have some different clubs. So the Harry Potter club is one that always actually seems to be asked about. So people who are into Harry Potter have formed a Harry Potter club where they do Harry Potter related things. We also have a knitting club. So if you're into knitting or working with yarn, that's available. And you always have the option to start your own club if nothing here strikes your fancy. We have 21 NCAA Division III teams on campus, as well as a considerable number of intramural sports. There's almost always some kind of sporting event going on campus, and the campus body, the student body, takes the sports very, very seriously. And so it's always a very, very good and kind of exciting time to be having sporting events on campus. In terms of applications, so we have two styles of applications. We have early action and general decision. November 15th is the deadline for early action, and then you'll hear back from us by January 5th. General decision is anytime after that. Here we have a list of our scholarships, our mean freshman class profile, and 85% of our students receive financial aid. So there's a lot of money to be had and a lot of opportunities for you. I see Russ, so that means my time is up. And here is my contact information. And like everyone else said, anything, just put it in the Q&A.
Thank you very much. And I will reiterate, use the Q&A if you have questions as we finish up here over the last 5 or 6 minutes. I'm going to invite all of our representatives to turn on their cameras and microphones, and we'll do a quick little Q&A where I get to play talk show hosts, and we'll get some value-added information, not just for the people who are attending this live, but for people accessing the recording later. And we'll have you answer in the same order that you presented. And the question, the first that we have, is what advice would you give someone going through the college search process right now? We'll start with SUNY Schenectady.
I think the advice that I would give incoming students right now would just be to communicate with the colleges that they're looking to learn more about or they're considering attending. The admission staff, faculty are always a really great resource to you to answer any questions that you have so that you can make the most informed decision possible.
Bryant and Stratton College.
Yeah, my advice would be to look at all of your options. You know, definitely look at different types of environments you want to be in. Do you want a big school? Do you want a small school? Do you want to be close to home? Do you want to be far from home? And definitely give yourself the ability to look at different places to figure out what the right environment and fit is going to be for you. Just because it's the right fit for someone else doesn't mean it's going to be for you. So definitely looking at different places will be able to, you know, give you a better idea of what you really want.
SUNY Potsdam.
So I think my biggest advice would be definitely make sure you stay organized. I know a lot of times things get forgotten about or emails get mixed up, you know, so definitely making sure you're just kind of staying on track if you're still in the middle of deciding between schools, you know, making sure you have like a folder with all of the information for all the schools, you're checking your emails, you're reaching out to us admissions counselors. I know when a kid reaches out to me, oftentimes, you know, it was something that they weren't aware of or something got missed. You know, we can really help you and really make the process a lot smoother. You know, if you just give me a call once in a while or send me an email or a text. So staying organized, that's mine.
SUNY Polytechnic Institute.
I'm going to play off connecting with us. I think it's important to make sure you're taking specific coursework for the programs that you want to go into. So connecting and making sure, if you want engineering, taking calculus and physics in high school, or nursing with chemistry. So just using us as a backboard to kind of help with your course selection in your junior and senior years.
SUNY Oswego.
I definitely think that, finding the best fit is great. So figuring out what you're looking for in a school and finding schools that, relate to that. I also recommend reaching out to and getting connected with some of the current students. So whether they're tour guides on a virtual tour or in person, or emailing with a current student, that way you can really get a feel for what their experience has been like, both in a COVID world and a non-COVID world, and the things that they're involved with. You can really learn a lot from current students.
And SUNY Oneonta.
Alrighty, so I think most of my wish list was already covered by all my colleagues here. I would say, just to reiterate, be checking and answering your emails, because a lot of important deadlines and information can come through, and missing those makes your life a little bit more difficult. I would say also, try as hard as you can to make a visit or schedule a tour. This is going to be an environment in which you're spending the next 2 or 4 years of your life, which is a considerable chunk. You want to make sure that you're comfortable. So if the campuses are offering tours, try and get one. If they're not, just try and do a drive-through or a walkthrough. Usually, if you stop by, the Office of Admissions at any of these schools, someone will be there to talk with you, to help you. So, just try and get kind of a visceral kind of experience of the school.
Great advice from everyone. We have time for one more round robin Q&A, and this one, you don't have to worry about somebody taking your answer. What's your favorite event or tradition on campus? And we'll start again with SUNY Schenectady.
My favorite tradition on campus is definitely at the beginning of each fall and spring semester. Faculty and staff from all the different offices and degree programs really come out and interact with students and introduce themselves and kind of give away snacks and stuff like that. It's a really great way for us to kind of get students involved on campus and to really introduce ourselves. It's one of my favorite things.
Bryant and Stratton College.
Thank you. So we do a lot of things to get students involved. I think one of my favorite is, when COVID isn't in full fledged, we'll do barbecues with our students so that they can interact with the faculty and make sure that, they get those connections. But also we do a lot of different things for students who are still in high school. So we, last year we threw some virtual graduation celebrations for students that were going to be incoming for the fall.
SUNY Potsdam.
I would say our welcome weekend. It happens the first weekend after the first week of classes. It's when students can really go and see what organizations and clubs we have on campus and get involved with them. It's a great fair over in our Maxey Hall facility. And it kind of bleeds into downtown, with events going on there, music playing, and it's just a great way to get involved on campus and check out the surrounding area.
SUNY Polytechnic Institute.
As an alum of SUNY Poly, I really enjoyed the Wildcat, what the last day of class is called Wildcat Day. So our student involvement office brings like blow-ups and different types of activities and things for students. We typically don't have classes on Fridays, so it's a nice way just to kind of end your semester before you start studying with a wide variety of food and activities and things for SUNY Poly students to kind of congratulate you on finishing the semester. Now it's time for finals.
SUNY Oswego.
My favorite tradition is something that you do when you first get to campus and then right before you leave. So we do a torchlight ceremony your first night on campus. So all of our incoming students gather in our hockey arena. The president gives a speech. She has a torch and she lights one candle and they light the next. And then it's a domino effect throughout the building. So you do that your first night and then you actually do that the night before graduation. So it's that only time that really your whole entire class is together. And again, it's on your first and last night. So it's just very symbolic of your time that you've spent at Oswego.
And SUNY Oneonta.
All right, I'm going to share my screen again just because I can explain it a little bit better. So my favorite event is also something that happens at the very beginning of your experience at school as a freshman and also at the end after graduation. So these huge stairs and those two imposing pillars, those are the two pillars that were originally created when SUNY Oneonta was founded in 1899. So they're the only two original structures on campus. And freshmen, when they first start, they all line up on these stairs and will walk down into campus to kind of signify your welcoming into the campus. So it's the entire freshman class. But then at the end of your schooling, so when you're graduating, you'll all line up here in the quad and then walk back through the pillars to kind of signify leaving the campus and entering the wider world. And it's always a very kind of emotional and cool experience.
Well, I want to thank you all for sharing your favorite campus traditions and your advice for all students going through the process right now. And also, of course, sharing the great information about each of your institutions. And I want to thank everyone for joining us for this presentation. When you close this window, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Also, there's another round of sessions coming up in about 15 minutes, so be sure to sign up for one if you haven't done so already. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as all of the other session recordings at strivescan.com/CASDANY. Once again, thank you to all of our presenters for joining us and sharing great information, and have a great rest of your Wednesday. Take care.
Thank you, Russ.